Hey Body Buds, I'm Kristy Jo and want to share with you a few thoughts I'm having. Many of you may know I do this all day long and I've done it all day long for over 4 years now. Many of you may ask, what drives me? Why do I do what I do? Why am I constantly posting? Why am I so involved in social media and blogging and my podcast? Why do I do what I do? Now, some may argue I'm obsessed, and I would say I absolutely agree with them. Let me tell you why I'm obsessed with putting this content and this information out there. It's because the truth about the body is very difficult to find. The truth about the body is very misconstrued and miscommunicated across the board, and technology and the media has taken little elements and strewn it all over the place. My past, my over 20 years of being stuck in disordered eating was greatly I think influenced by the fact that there was no clear path. There was no just, this is the truth. Nobody just wants to just tell you the truth as it is. Nobody just wants to say, you really need to eat this. They pull out this little element and they say, this is why you're not getting it, because that's marketing, because that's how we get people to buy products. That's how we make money. That's why it's a $3 trillion business. Okay. The marketing tactics used in order to get people all over the place, and very few of them actually finding solutions. That's a big part of the frustration out there. So I'd like to just share with you a few basic facts about the body. And I'm going to ask you to open your heart, open your mind, because usually these aren't the things we want to hear, because we want to hear that it's something super simple, that we just didn't take that one pill, or that we just didn't do the solution. It comes down to your synergizing in your mind. Your body's composition, the way your body looks, comes down to the way that you view your physical, spiritual, and emotional health. If one of those is off, if one of those is lacking, the body will typically take the brunt force of that. Because if something in your spiritual life is amiss, if something is causing you some pain, some hardship, if you're struggling with your faith, if you don't have faith, I'm a huge advocate for being a faith-driven person. If there is something amiss in your spiritual life, a lot of times we see the results in the physical ailments. We see sickness. We see obsessions. We see apathy. We see a lot of those things outwardly manifest. Same thing in the emotional department. We can put emotional and intellectual in the same property, in the same compartment here. So basically, if you are dealing with some pain, some tragedy, some trial, and you are looking for a way to control that, you are looking for a way to be in something, when everything is all over the place and you just want something, usually that does lead to a little bit more outward manifestation of, sometimes we see it with restrictive eating in terms of dieting, sometimes taken to the extreme of anorexia. We see it in the form of bulimia. We see it in the form of binge eating disorder. We see addictions. And so what all of this comes down to is, quite simply, what I truly believe is the body was a gift from God. And in our body is our spirit housed. So part of the challenge of being in a mortal body is learning how to control it and temper it, and learn how to beat the appetites and passions and desires that come with the car. You're renting a car. My monitors are going off. They're sleeping on me. And so as you are seeking to improve on your nutrition and your fitness life, as you are seeking to learn these strategies, I would highly encourage you to not neglect the other two areas, because like I said at the beginning, we have physical, we have emotional, we have spiritual. If one of those is off, we cannot get results in the body. So if you are serious about making some changes in your body, it is crucial that you not only learn a few really implementable strategies, both nutritionally and physically, for where you're at, but you focus just as much on your mindset. That's your emotional and your intellectual, what's going on, but also your spiritual life. I promise you that really integrating these two parts into the physical changes not only will help you find the motivation to make those changes, but to keep them. Our behaviors with our body are external manifestations of what goes on inside of us. And if we think we are just a body, if we think we are just weak, if we think that we just can't say no, or, just there's so many difficulties and the excuses go up the board, and it always, without fail, comes back to one of these three categories, mostly spiritual and intellectual/emotional. Once we get those in a really grounded place, we learn how to eliminate fear. We learn how to reframe thoughts. We learn what faith really means. Now, I'm not saying you need to have faith exactly as I have faith, though I think it's really great and helps me in my life a ton. I really think whatever you have faith in, you need to have faith. You need to have something. You need to have a purpose to believe that you have in this life. What are you here for? What are you here for? Because if you don't have a purpose, how the heck are you expected to have motivation to make the nutritional and the fitness changes in your life? Because if there is no source, no purpose, no reason for it, then all it is spinning your wheels and frustrated and looking for external validation, which, guys, it runs short and quick and it runs out. You can only get so many likes on a photo. You can only get so many compliments of, wow, you look amazing. It's empty. Physical success is empty until you pair it with your emotional and intellectual progression in your spiritual life. And when you synergize those three areas, you have a life that you love. You have a life that you find purpose. You have a life that you have the tools to manage the trials, the opposition, the difficulties that will come. And we get all up in arms over difficult things happening in our lives, and we think it's during the chaos that we can't change our bodies. Wrong. Because guess what? None of us gets out of this life without those trials and opposition. That's part of the whole mortal journey. To learn how to process those, to temper those, to find faith, to dig deep when it is beyond you to do it on your own. Guess what? You're not alone. So when I sit here and talk nutrition and fitness, I would be lying to you if I said the changes that come and the changes that have happened in my life are simply because of nutrition and fitness. Don't get emotional. Don't neglect those other two areas, because there are answers, and I know it's the answers that hurt, that are tough to find, that you feel like you're alone, you feel like this is very difficult. And I get emotional because I talk with my clients every day about this stuff, and it's hard. And I share what I share, and I'm vulnerable with my story because so many of you have told me how much it helps you. And that keeps me going and sharing. Otherwise, I'd be like, I'm not sharing this. This is my stuff. I've journeyed. I figured it out. But it's my duty and my opportunity to share this with you guys. So, anyway, that's that for today. I just want you to think. I want you to think what areas of your life perhaps need a little bit more work, and it's not just nutrition and fitness. Get some mindset tools in place. Learn about the reframing. Learn about the positivity, the positive affirmations. Get your faith where it needs to be for whatever that means to you. I'm happy to share. If you want to message me about my faith, I will tell you. Okay, so that's it. Those are some truths about the body. Changing your body, guys, is very simple when it comes down to strategies. Very simple. The difficult thing is getting that place in your heart and your mind where you are ready to face yourself. All right, that's it. I got to go jump on a call. Have an amazing day. If you haven't yet heard about my seminar where I'm actually going to go into the whole spiritual aspects with the power of the body, 100% spiritual mindset, you've got to come to, so you don't think, oh my gosh, what's the name of this seminar? So you don't fit the mold. Look for it on Facebook. So you don't fit the mold. It's in Salt Lake City on August 13th. And I'm super excited to share because these are the things we need to hear that aren't being shared out there. And I'm about to get real. So August 13th. Hope to see you guys there. Power your body, one meal, one workout, one day at a time.